to have you join us on Art House. On the program today,
Today is welcoming coming to an end. They like to see
we have a performance which explores the dangers of conflict in love and war. Then we move to the nation's capital for this NGA Distinguished Art Talks, which is coming years after. Plus more. Welcome to the show. I'm Melinda Akinlami. Details will be coming your way in a moment.
In England, writers write to entertain. But for a Nigerian writer in my position, you can't go into that. Every generation must recognize and embrace a task it is peculiarly designed by history and by providence to perform.
Let's begin with this drama set in the 90s, which is staged by Fourth Party Playhouse in Lagos. It looks at the dangers of war. Take a look.
The play Slender Shoulders is set in Liberia, a country grappling with war in the 90s, and explores the life of a young lady who loses her loved one to the enemy's bullets.
Yeah, I heard you were incarcerated because of the protest that went on. I was kept in custody for 2 months and they couldn't bring up a daily charge again. Imagine. Yeah.
It's not an easy time for her. She flees to Nigeria with the only surviving member of her family. They are refugees in another man's land, but thanks to a sultry voice and beauty, fame comes calling, and she becomes the love interest of a powerful member of the ruling military. But a ghost from the past won't let her be.
I see. Yeah. These are talking from the depth of my heart to let you know how much I have missed you in the last 4 weeks.
No, this is quite unnecessary. I still have another package.
Copies of our wedding invitation. I saw the wedding planner yesterday, so I thought of saving the stress by bringing your copies to you.
What is wrong with this wedding planner? I left specific instructions and I know I spoke in the language I not only understood by the greeting.
Maybe a slight misunderstanding. What was the instruction again?
Her unblemished love story with the Admiral gets its first blow when an old flame resurfaces.
You and I sat down and painted a picture of the rosy future together. Are we mortgaging that for this distraction wearing the mask of Mr. Loverman?
You have lots of words and brains without me because they will teach what it means to see. It is over. Get out.
The character I played is Admiral Ludmila Ekong. Is a military personnel in the top ranks. Well, it was a little challenging playing the character in the sense that I'm not a military personnel in first place, and I've never played a role as serious as this. So it took some sort of research and drilling from my director, and we were able to pull through. The lesson I learned is for every actions we make or take or decisions we make in life, there are choices. I mean, there are repercussions. And it's so okay to think over and over again, the choices, the decisions before us before we ever make one.
Mama, it's a harmless pool party. It's not a diving contest. Even some of the teenagers coming have their chaperones with them.
I'm just concerned because you're really scared of mass of water ever since the suspension of water happened.
Okay, I'm not going in. I'll just stay. Mama, don't worry, I promise to be back before dawn. But what do you plan to do with the rest of the day? Oh, okay.
Despite it eating at her, despite it making her, I don't want to use the word uncomfortable, but she took up a whole lot of burden that she could have dropped, all because she wanted to please a lot of people and she wanted to make up for past mistakes. It was not easy playing that role for me because there were a lot of emotions up and down, but it was fun acting the role of Tatiana.
It's so good to see you. Don't we have fun?
More like only what happened to those children of mine had. They'll be sitting at the line when they ask me to. The next time I get an invitation, I will think that before jumping on them.
I thought that was the joy of your mothers.
But motivation is necessary. Their children were a hand for my way home. I heard about this fortune that visited your house in the last week. And the noise about you performing at the presidential concert is everywhere. Like that's what I used to do. She's not a fan of the president, so she told me she would give her an arm to get an access to the concert just to watch you perform.
Oh, and I'll be home at the time. Yes, my band members already checked into the hotel, and as you can see, Donsumi and I are going to join them in a couple of hours. But what I can do is, as soon as I lay my hand on any complimentary access card, I'll send it to you.
Thank you.
Stand for what your beliefs are. I mean, do not break or bend backwards simply because you want to satisfy a need, or maybe not even a need, simply because you're trying to prove a thing. You don't have to bend backwards. If it must be sacrificial, then it must be something that is worth doing. For her case, simply because she needed to prove to her aunt that she's remorseful about her cousin's death, Mirabel, as well as the younger cousin's surgery, she had to go all the way, and that wasn't it. So if you ask me, I'd say stick to what your beliefs are. Whatever your principles are, stick to it, don't change it.
The drama highlights her many demons as she struggles to make a choice between the love interest in her life and show remorse to a family who blames her for a death unforgettable. Slender's shoulders subtly highlights the military high-handedness and the plague of the much-dreaded HIV/AIDS virus back in the 90s.
No! Yes! Wait, will somebody say something and put me out of this misery of suspense?
How can you, Tatiana? Chastity was your watchword. How could you be HIV positive? God, Kalani has the last laugh.
He couldn't have been Alani. We were never intimate since Monrovia.
Then what is the explanation for this?
She kept on thrusting the burden of guilt. But show my remorse by providing the money for Melis's surgery.
This is 1995. HIV/AIDS is a death sentence.
I want to remind all lovers of spoken word that I'm waiting to see your 2-minute quality landscape video about your poems. As for the artists here, this is what you sent in online. These are the works of art you sent in this week. The beauty of our culture is a black pen on eggshell paper work of art done by Chinedu Okereke. Ezekiel Osifeso has Communion, an acrylic painting. Then Manji has Beauty Attached to Sunset. It's a photograph. Tears of Joy, it's Obasa George Bolaji's pencil on paper. Frederick Oluwaseun has this pastel on paper work. He calls it Still Life. Let the Drums Roll is Ayewumi Abayomi's acrylic on canvas work. Ruth Bertram has Self-Portrait, an acrylic on canvas work. And those are the works of art you sent in this week. We do encourage you to keep them coming, and don't forget, put the relevant information beside that image.